Test, test. Ein herzliches Willkommen zur Pressekonferenz hier nach OKTAGON 76.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference after OKTAGON 76. We're here from the first round, and we can say very quickly that Frankfurt really delivered on its promises. We saw goosebumps, and that's mainly thanks to the fighters sitting next to me. And before I open the floor to the journalists, let me first say one more thing. And the fighter Buzdugan went to the hotel because he wasn't feeling well. I'll give the floor.
Your octagon career hasn't started maybe the way you wanted, but how soon would you like to get back in the cage and show the fans what you can do?
Hi guys, thank you very much to organization. This is the second fight. I not to do. Thanks God for everything. A lot of respect for my opponent. He's a warrior. This is sport. This is my way. Thanks God. All is good. I will be better. Thank you.
For James, after the fight, you seem to be quite exhausted. It was a tough fight. So just run me through post-fight. Now you seem fully recovered.
Yeah, I mean, I was absolutely exhausted. Probably like every single person sat on this table with me, you know, and who competed tonight. I mean, I fought my heart out. It definitely wasn't my best performance by any means, but I take my hat off to my opponent. He was a great opponent, you know, tonight, and yeah, I'm happy that I got the win. I'm happy I got the win.
I'm sure it feels good. You were out for almost a year. You broke your hip, I believe, again in your last fight. So run me through the rehab process and how good it felt to get back in the cage.
Yeah, it felt great to get back in the cage. Obviously, I've had a year out, and it was a lot of recovery in the meantime. It was at least 6 months of recovery, you know. But I'm back now.
Who would you like to face next?
Anyone in the top 5, like any person in the top 5, I'm ready for them. Let's go.
Und Frage an beide Fedor und Raul. Ihr habt gerade
a question for Fedor.
Daniel Weiche gesehen, wie gut war es, ihn wieder zu sehen in Käfig und mit einer Win.
Fang an.
Daniel kämpfen zu sehen ist für mich nicht einfach gewesen. Es war sehr schwer, weil ich war mehr aufgeregt als bei meinem eigenen Kampf.
Well, it really wasn't easy for me.
Dass gewonnen hat heute, das bedeutet mir sehr viel.
And I'm very, very happy to have been able to fight in the cage. And I'm really happy about the result, because it's very important for me. Remember that Daniel is a veteran. He's had so many fights under his belt, and he showed us today what he's capable of. He's 40 years old, and he still delivered a perfect performance. I can only confirm what Raul had already said. Daniel is a mentor for all of us. He has so much experience, so many fights under his belt, as I said. And it was an honor for us to be on the same card with him. It's really difficult to describe that feeling. It's something that you can't really describe, something that happens once in 100 years, that you get to fight with someone on the same card. We're very proud of this. A question for Kevin Enz. We spoke in Stuttgart, and you said that you won't accept any short notice fights anymore. So what made you take this short notice? Hello everyone. As I said yesterday, Frankfurt is an exceptional city. It's an exceptional city for the fighters who are from here, and it's great that we have the Festhalle here too. I wanted to fight Hafeni a year ago already. Many fans were asking for this fight. This time, of course, it was short notice, more short notice than I would have preferred, but there you go. That's the way it goes. It was still a great performance, a good show. I really enjoyed it, being in the cage, and I think I actually belong here. We saw two really high-level grapplers. You already fought Hassan Shaban. So, what's next for you? Would you like to see a
Ich bin aus
rematch,
den
perhaps?
Kämpfen zuletzt rausgegangen und bin im Reinen mit mir, dass es nicht an dem Camp lag. Es waren immer so Kleinigkeiten, die wir im Team
Yeah,
besprochen haben, die
so
an dem Tag eben nicht
I
gepasst
was
haben.
ready
Auch heute lag's nicht an mir. Ich
after
bin
my
ganz ehrlich,
previous camps,
das
after
war
my
mit
previous
Abstand die beste
trainings,
Performance, die ich
but
heute
I
in
don't
der
think
Form
this has
hatte,
anything to do
die
with
ich je
my
in meinem Leben
preparation.
hatte.
Just today
Wie es
I
weitergeht,
delivered the
weiß ich
best
nicht. Ich habe bis zu dem
performance I
Kampf heute
could.
gedacht,
The preparation was the best I could get. I don't know
ich
what's
denke, wie
next for
gesagt,
me, but we
leistungsmäßig
will
gehöre ich
see.
hier absolut her. Ich bin vermarktbar.
I think
Sehe gut
that
aus, also eigentlich sollte es passen.
as far as my performance, I fit here and my face is easy to sell, so I'm really good for the organization.
Wenn es Frankfurt ist oder irgendwas
Do
ein
you
anderes Highlight
still
im
think you'll be
Stadion,
taking
das
short
ist kein
notice
Problem.
fights? Well, if it's Frankfurt or a different, maybe a big stadium, yes. Okay, let's keep going with Hafeni. How's your nose?
Bleibt der Begriff noch?
Yeah, it's okay. What about Cologne and Munich?
Ja, wir können auf jeden Fall nicht und München.
Well, I think Munich is out of the question, and when it comes to Munich, we will see about that.
Auch cool, klasse.
Wie war es
Yeah.
heute für dich, gegen Kevin zu kämpfen? Er hat es ja schon erwähnt.
As you said,
Miteinander.
I have a broken nose, so we will see how it goes. We saw a lot of respect between you two,
Schwieriger gegen einen
and with Shaban it was completely different. So, was it more difficult for you to fight someone who's showing you respect or someone who isn't? Well, I know Kevin quite well. We understand each other, and you know, it's sportsmanship. Maybe it's not that interesting for the fans because we're on good terms, but I'm really happy that he could step into the fight because otherwise I wouldn't have any opponents. So much respect to Kevin. Thank you so much.
Und gute Besserung. Mache ich weiter mit Raoul. So, wie ich
So
schon gehört
get
habe,
well
vorhin
soon,
war ja
and
jemand
let me
gemeint,
move on
Christian
to
Eckert
Raul
heute.
now.
Onkel war ja ein bisschen im Käfig, der hat gemeint, das hat ihn heute 5 Jahre altern lassen.
We've already mentioned Christian Eckerlin tonight.
Wie war es jetzt für dich mit Teamkameraden?
I spoke to him, and he said it was more difficult for him to be outside the cage than inside. And MMA is an individual sport, but when you are preparing other people and you're preparing yourself too, what does it feel like when you're on the journey together?
Wenn man zusammen die Reise macht, das ist so geteilter Leid.
Well, being on the same journey together is a shared pain for everyone. I'm not the only one cutting weight. I'm not the only one being incredibly hungry.
Zusammen geschafft.
We both have to cut weight. We did it together, and we managed to actually accomplish it together. We were sitting in the hot tub together, and we thought, yes, tonight I'm gonna get a burger, and we were looking forward to that.
Kannst du heute Abend nicht schlafen? Ja, erstmal, das ist ja natürlich sehr, sehr intensiv gewesen. Wie ist es jetzt ein paar Stunden später?
I'm sure this must have been very intense for you tonight, so it will be difficult for you to sleep. So, what does it feel like just a few hours after your fight?
Ich habe mich,
And how was your walkout?
dann habe ich
It was incredible. It felt like in a bad movie when I was walking out. When I entered the cage, I thought to myself, wow, it's showtime. I gotta deliver here. I gotta show the people what I worked on all this time.
Zweite Runde wurde ja deinem Gegner gegeben. Du hast ja
Let's get
gesagt,
back
du musst
to the
einfach mal
fight.
angucken.
The second round was better for your opponent.
Was hat der Neke dir mitgegeben? Und du hast mir was sehr
You said you still want to watch the fight again, but what did your corner tell you at that time?
so klar,
The corner told you
oder was hat es an dir gegeben? Die letzten
you either have to die in the cage or just get the win. So, what was going through your head coming into the third round? Did you go all in?
ich weiß nicht, vielleicht hat der Referee eine Position gesehen, die ich
I thought the second round was actually in my favor,
Die zweite Runde hätten die dem anderen werten können. In der dritten
but
Runde war es
the
ganz klar.
judges saw it differently.
Der hat mich heute oder
And when it comes to the third round, I just went all in. Yeah, that's right. Either die or win. Congratulations. And let me move on to Fedor
Du
now.
hast doch vorhin gemeint, du würdest
The
gerne
first
ein bisschen
round was very,
mehr
very
Zeit
quick
kämpfen
this
oder
time.
ein bisschen mehr was zeigen. Vielleicht
You
nochmal
actually
dieses
said
Achtung
that
und
you
sagen,
wanted
dass
to show a better
es
performance,
schnell zu finishen. Wie ist jetzt für dich nochmal jetzt auch
but
wie passiert
you're
ist,
not being paid by the hour, so sometimes it's nice if you get an early finish.
mal mitgenommen, jetzt hast du selber ja den
We
Vorteil.
saw Daniel,
Wie ist es jetzt für dich?
we were listening to Raul as well. So, what is it like for you being here with your team?
Raul und ich haben
It's amazing.
zusammen bei
Me
NSC
and
angefangen.
Raul,
Wir haben, glaube ich, 6 Kämpfe
we're just
zusammen gekämpft, zusammen immer die
partners.
Vorbereitung
We were
gemacht,
beginning
so
together.
dann getrennt
We
haben.
had the first 6 fights, kind of preparing for them,
Egal,
training
weiter geht's
together.
und,
We
er
had
weiter
camps
trainieren und
together.
der wird, auch, ich wusste, der wird sowieso bald ins Oktagon kommen, weil ich weiß,
And I kind of knew that he was about to get into Octagon. I knew what was in him. And now we're sitting here on this one table talking to you, the journalists. And when it comes to Daniel, he's a legend, okay? I'm so thankful that we got to be on the same fight card with this guy. We got to prepare with them. I saw Daniel, I saw some of his fights, I was close to some of his camps, but this time it was even more intense. We were really preparing together, we were motivating each other and just hyping each other up. I'm really happy about it. Christian Eckerlin wants to motivate younger fighters too. Do you think he's actually doing it well? Could you repeat that, please? Eckerlin says he wants to motivate younger fighters. Do you think he's doing a good job? Yeah, 100% he is. We get the attention we deserve, thanks to him. And I just want to thank him. He's like an uncle to me. I say, sorry, Unks, I hit you on the head, yeah, unintentionally. We'll have a sparring session next week and you can beat me up. And the last question, where are you going for your holiday now? Oh, it's going to be your honeymoon too. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I need to see the sea. It's been a long time since I last went. I'm really looking forward to going with my wife because she also supported me during my preparation phase and I love her so much. We'll be flying to Crete.
My question's for James.
That's where you're from.
So you've been out for a year and you did taste defeat in your last fight. Was there any lessons you were able to sort of mull over and apply to this fight here?
Yeah, but I don't think they really showed my performance there. You know, I do think that me being out for a year played a big factor in it as well. But yeah, you know, is what it is. Is what it is.
And almost when you come back from such a tough injury, getting that gritty win, does that almost feel satisfying that your body also was able to cope with that?
Not really, no. Like, it was a pretty hard-fought win, do you know what I mean? Like, my opponent done an excellent job, like, studying, obviously, throughout camp and was well prepared to come and face me tonight, you know, and it showed. He made it very, very, very difficult for me to get to some positions and things like that, what I can usually get to, and yeah, just hats off to him. He done an absolute excellent job of preparing, but I just felt like I just had the edge.
Gut, noch 3 oder 4 weitere Fragen bitte, weil die Hauptkämpfer auch schon dastehen.
Julian,
last few questions, please. A question for Kevin Enns. So could you tell us what happened there? You said there was a clash of the heads, so you bumped your heads. So could you just describe for the people who haven't seen it? Well, I don't want to take away from his win. He really deserves the win. But after the first clash of the heads, or maybe the second one, he actually went in for the takedown. Oh, and that's when he unintentionally hit me in the jaw. For a moment, I had no idea why I was on the ground, and then it was continuing the way it did. I don't want to take away his loss, his win, but you know, this is the way it went. I need to get ready or get to grips with it. A question to Fedor and Hafeni. What about the rematch with Bogdanovic? I think that you are in for a rematch, so who do you want to fight? Well, what can I say? I just feel like I didn't lose back then. That's something I need to get off my chest. I'm fearless. I have no fear. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm going in 100%. I want to get to the very top. I want the title here in my division. There are great fighters, and we are here to fight them and not to be afraid of them.
Gegen Bogdanovic habe ich
Yeah.
verloren, ist einfach so, kann man nichts sagen.
I
Aber
agree.
ich würde mir schon gerne wünschen, dass ich mal gegen
Well,
kämpfen
against
könnte. Wenn ich mal
Bogdanovic, I
Chance hätte,
lost. What can I
kämpfen,
say about that?
dann würde ich ein ganz
But
anderes
I
Level
think
zeigen,
that
zu
if I
100%.
had
Also
had
wäre
the
schon cool, mal gegen ihn zu
opportunity,
kämpfen.
and if I had the opportunity again, I'd show him another level.
Mo hier von German MMA5, die letzten beiden Fragen. Question for Aiton Depap. Aiton, you're a fighter who creates a lot of ankles in his fight when you're in the stand-up. From my point of view, I thought Hendon did it great that he interrupted your flow always when you had a great spot in the stand-up. What was so difficult for you in this fight?
I know James was very good on the ground and his wrestling and judo and stuff. And yeah, he did a great job. He neutralized my striking and he got the job done. So hats off to him.
Letzte Frage für Fedor Duric. Fedor, ich hatte das Gefühl, dass du auch schon bei dem
Question for Fedor.
eine sehr aggressivere Version warst.
I feel like we've seen you more aggressive than way back against Bogdanovic. So were you going for the finish this time? Yeah, for sure. I wanted to do everything according to my plan, and I wanted to go in aggressive. As I've said, after the stare down, I was going to punish him. It's not my nature, but I told myself I have to get the aggression and show him who's the boss. I had to beat him because he really pulled it out of me. He woke something in me. And in the first few minutes, I knew that I would die before I let him win.
Dann danke ich Ihnen für die Fragen für den Moment. Kurze Umbauphase und dann kommen wir.
Now, please give us a moment to come back with the second part of the press conference.
Which two warriors will enter the gates of the Tipsport Gamechanger €1 Million Finals? The following two battles will decide. Kerim Engezek versus Dominik Humberger. The legend of German MMA and the king of the middleweight division against OKTAGON's new phenom. The proud soldier of the Czech army. Krzysztof Jotko versus Hojad Hajiband. The Polish hurricane aims to sweep away the German warrior with Iranian roots. The essence of martial arts in Europe's most prestigious MMA tournament.
He does it! The first man to TKO KO!
Watch the Tipsport Gamechanger Semifinals. OKTAGON 77, October 4th. Tipos Arena, Bratislava. Tickets are available at octagonmma.com or watch live on octagon.tv. World champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON MMA.
Welcome on the press conference after OKTAGON 76 in Festhalle Frankfurt. We had a great, spectacular event behind us, and we would like to say thank you to all viewers on RTL Plus, on OKTAGON TV, or all around the world that have been watching this incredible night. To all team members of OKTAGON team, because this is why we are doing this is why these people are fighting for nights like this one. So thank you for everyone who was part of it. And Tipsport bonus of the night will go to...
Tipsport performance of the night go to Iron Fist, Alina Dalasson. Congratulations, who's got the first question?
Ja, Michael Bauer, RTL NTV. Ich würde die obligatorische Bonusfrage trotzdem nach hinten schieben und mit Daniel Weichel.
This is a clear question, but let's wait a second maybe, because first question goes to Daniel Weichel. Congratulations on coming back. What an incredible career you have behind you. And we're so excited about your career being awoken. So is this going according to your imagination? Well, that's hard to say and hard to answer. The whole thing kind of came about in a great way. It gave me goosebumps, and when I was watching Raul, it was incredible. It's clear what Raul is made of as a fighter, and then I got to watch Fedor, and that was also incredible. He's a machine. He does anything he wants to, and he can achieve anything he sets his mind to. And then their fights were over, and it was just me. And I knew that I was the one going up next, and I had to focus. What can I say? My whole team has been incredible. Each one member is the reason that I'm here. We're all one big family. And I'm so happy about being a part of that team. They give me so much energy, and I had so much energy coming back into the octagon cage. Being here in Frankfurt, that's indescribable, and that's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. My whole family, my wife were there, and I still have goosebumps. It was awesome. You started off with a knockdown in the first few seconds, but Abu Tunkara didn't let you have it. He didn't let himself be finished. You were able to show off a whole spectrum of your skills. So how did you feel in the cage? Well, I did take time to get into it. I had to find my way. I had to find my path, and I knew that it would be hard. I needed to focus in. It took a few minutes, but Abu really kept his distance, and that's why it was hard. Now I have to ask, what's next for you? Octagon, your career? Is there an important location? What do you think is going to happen? Well, first of all, I need to process what I'm feeling right now, and this tournament, Frankfurt, that's still happening. I'm still feeling these things, these goosebumps. I'm still here. I'm in the moment. This isn't over yet. It's something indescribable, this experience as a whole. And Octagon being in Frankfurt, that's just amazing. Well, we'll see if you come back next year. And now the obligatory question for the winner of the bonus of the night, Alina. What are you going to do with your bonus?
Dieser Bonus gehört nicht nur mir, sondern dem ganzen Team. Deswegen
well, this bonus is not just for me, it's for my whole team. So I guess we'll figure something out.
Ich würde sagen, in der ersten Runde vielleicht doch deutlich mehr Gegenwehr bekommen,
Alina,
als man das
in the first round, it kind of seemed like your opponent surprised you by how strong she was. You got hit by her quite a lot. So how would you say she was? Well, first of all, I respect Clara. We talked about this, and she's such a great warrior. It was a great fight, and it's exactly what I imagined and exactly what I wanted. As far as my defense, I should have been better. I should have been defending the shots, but I'm no princess, I'm a warrior.
Jetzt gab es für dich auch frenetischen Beifall. Du hast irgendwie so einen Eindruck gemacht, dass du selber nicht so richtig glauben konntest, als
We
du,
kind of
ja,
felt,
vor
and
der
maybe
Kampflosung da
we,
gestanden hast.
you could
Wie hast du
see
das
that it
wahrgenommen,
was
dass du hier so
unbelievable
mit die
and that you
größte
could not believe
Crowd-Reaction
yourself what
ausgelöst hast?
happened there. So
Also
how did you
Frankfurt ist
feel
ja
with the
so das
support
Zuhause von
and the
OKTAGON.
reaction of the
Obwohl ich nicht aus
fans?
Frankfurt bin, habe ich
Well,
heute auch zu Hause
Frankfurt is
gefühlt.
Octagon's
Also echt
German
mega
home,
Support.
and I'm not from
Bei den
here,
ersten
but I
beiden
did feel
Kämpfen
at
war schon ein
home,
krasser Support,
and I
aber
felt the
heute
huge
war
support
echt,
that I
geisteskrank.
had.
Also
Even with the first two fights, but my third fight was the best. I feel the best. I feel incredible.
Freddy, ich meine, das war jetzt dein zweiter Kampf bei Octagon.
Question for Freddy. This is your second fight in the Octagon cage. When you were walking out, everybody in the arena stood up. So how did that feel?
Bei dem ersten Kampf, jetzt diesen zweiten Kampf.
Of course, after your first big finish in the first fight. So how are you feeling?
Natürlich gut, aber ich konnte mich jetzt auch nicht drüber
Well,
freuen.
that fight went well for
weil
me. I
ja,
can't be overly excited,
keine Ahnung,
though.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich noch mal bei
I don't
Octagon
know.
kämpfen will. Ich werde jedes einzelne
I
Mal, wenn ich
don't
meine
know
Event
if
wie ein Stück Scheiße
I'll
behandelt.
stay, if I'll keep going at it,
Das ist, was ich sagen werde, ob ich
because
in
the
Köln kämpfe,
treatment that I received wasn't the best. So we'll see if you'll see me in Cologne.
sagen werde. In English.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna fight at Octagon
That's
again.
what
I
I
don't know
wanna
if I want
say.
to fight
Yeah, I
at
don't
an
know.
organization that treats me like shit every time I fight here or I'm attending an event. So I don't know if the fight in Cologne is gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna have to say.
Kannst du oder willst du darauf näher eingehen, was passiert ist?
Wie gesagt, den Rest
So what happened?
muss ich jetzt mal die Tage klären. Dann
As I said, we have to come to an agreement in the next few days about what's going to happen, and that's all I'll say.
Don't lie, lad. You're
Okay,
running
let's
from Will
ask
Fury.
the promoters.
Zu den Promotern, habt ihr eine Ahnung, was ist vorgefallen oder wie
Question for
reagiert
the
ihr auf
promoters.
seine Aussage?
So how do you react to this?
Honestly, I don't know. I heard that there were some problems because of Freddie's girlfriend, but I don't know exactly what happens.
Okay. Frage an Attila. Das Ding
Question
ging
for
über 3
Attila.
Runden. Das war ein sehr, sehr kompetitiver Kampf. Wie hast du den
You
Kampf
had a
gemeint? Du hast
3-round
gesagt,
fight, and it was an incredible
am Ende eine
fight.
3 Runden Schlacht. Lief es genauso, wie du das vorgestellt hast? Lief vielleicht was anders? Erzähl
They
mal
were
dazu.
3 full rounds. So can you tell us more? And did you imagine it going
Das
this
war auf
way?
jeden Fall ein sehr spaßiger Kampf.
I'll tell
ich
you.
habe erwartet, dass mein
It was definitely
Gegner auch
a fun fight,
sehr viele
and
schöne
I
Aktionen
thought that
bringen
my
wird und,
opponent was gonna bring
einfach so
a lot of
stilistisch
action into the
gesehen war das
cage. But as far as his
erwartet,
fighting style,
dass das spektakulär wird, aber er war schon
I
zäher als
was
gedacht, muss ich
expecting
ehrlich
it
sagen.
to
Was mich
be
wirklich
explosive.
überrascht hat, mein
But
Coach hat mir Anweisungen auf
he
Portugiesisch
was
gegeben.
quite
Und
sturdy.
stellt sich mitten im
He was
Kampf
more
heraus,
sturdy than I
dass mein Gegner
expected.
auch Portugiesisch versteht und einfach alle Anweisungen
But
verstanden
my
hat.
opponent speaks
Und er
Portuguese,
hat somit all meine
and
Anweisungen
I was
ausgecancelt.
getting
Also alle Anweisungen, die
Portuguese
mein Coach mir gegeben hat.
advice,
Er
and
sagt,
he knew what my
ja,
coach
mach
was
eine
trying to
Pinte.
tell
Und
me,
ich
so
sehe nur das
that's
Grinsen
kind of
im
funny.
Gesicht meines Gegners und ich denke mir, oh mein Gott,
And
was soll ich jetzt machen?
They were telling me,
Und ich
hey,
höre nur, wie
try and
wie
play
seine Ecke
tricks
auch
on him, and my
Portugiesisch
opponent
spricht.
understood that, so I
Und
didn't
dann
know
fange
what
ich
to
an
do.
zu grinsen.
And then I heard his corner
Mein
speaking
Gegner merkt
Portuguese,
es
so then I
und
started
plötzlich
laughing
höre ich
because
nur
I could
auf
also
Französisch.
understand
Okay,
his
komm,
corner.
wir reden jetzt
And
weiter
he
auf
noticed.
Französisch. Ein Glück hatte
And
ich
then they
Französisch in der
decided that
Schule,
they'd
deswegen
speak
konnte ich ein
French.
bisschen mithalten.
But I
Aber das
also
war noch
learned
mal auf
French
einer
in
anderen
school,
Ebene.
so I also understood.
Echt kompetitiv, muss
But
ich
my
sagen.
French isn't as
Aber
good.
er hat
It
sehr
was
Bullshit
like
und
a
ich wollte mich
linguistic
anbrennen lassen.
exercise in
Ich
the
war rein
cage.
und hab einfach alles
But I
rausgefeuert,
didn't want to
was ich
leave
konnte. Ich hab
anything to
wirklich
chance.
viel
I
an
gave
meinem
it my
Striking
all.
gearbeitet mit meinem neuen Striking Coach Philipp
I
Martins.
worked on my striking game a lot with Philip Martins, my coach.
Und
I flew to
viele
Brazil,
gute Sachen umsetzen. Ich möchte halt den Fans eine Show
and
bieten,
that's the
aber
know-how that I
mein
brought
Gegner,
here,
wieder
what I
Sarah,
learned
war
in
wirklich
Brazil, and I wanted to
tougher
put
als
on a
gedacht.
show.
Also diese Knockdowns, die er
But my
weggesteckt hat,
opponent was
fand ich
stronger
gut.
than I
Er
expected.
hat auf jeden Fall Kämpferherz
He was
bewiesen.
good at fighting me off,
Jetzt vielleicht direkt
and he showed he's a strong
anschließend,
opponent.
Willst du direkt den Titelkampf haben?
Last
Denkst du,
question.
Kampf davor, wie sie-
Do you want to fight for the title, or would you like to have a fight before that?
Ich warte ab, was im Oktober passiert.
I'm gonna wait and see what happens in October.
Bereits mehrmals herausgefordert. Ich gucke jetzt, wie
I have tried to challenge Ivan a few times, so we'll see what happens with him and Richie Smullen, and then we'll see. After all, this is all up to the promoters. It's up to what they think makes sense, but I'm open to any challenge and I'm incredibly motivated. I don't want to fight somebody who's below me. And I don't want to play theater with 10 languages. I want to fight. And now I just want to have a lot of baklava and start training again.
What do you mean? Sorry again?
You said you don't want to fight anyone below you. Does that mean me or?
I said I want to eat some baklava. Are you a baklava?
I do like baklava. I'll eat baklava with you.
Okay.
Last question to David. Tell us a little bit about the situation with France and Portuguese. How was it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. French, English, Portuguese, Spanish, whatever you want. And it was actually quite a nice moment that we shared in the cage. I understood his corner. I pointed at them, like telling Attila, like, okay, let's do what they're saying, right? And he was like, fuck, he understands. So it was fun. It was a good fight. Now, obviously, I'm disappointed that I lost. That's normal. The strategy was to take him down. It was really tough to take him down. So I had to temper a little bit the fight and try to stand up with him, right? And I mean, I'm a tough dude, but he's one too, so we did a hell of a fight. I hope the fans enjoyed it. I hope the promoters enjoyed it, and I'll be back more prepared for any other fight that they give me. And that's it.
Mo here von German MMA5. First question for Peter Gabal. Peter, you managed to win the first round against Dennis Frimpong, and we know he has a good gas tank. What was difficult for you in the second and third round to continue with that?
First, what I want to say is I didn't like how was going to act because he's star only because OKTAGON, they promote him and he acts like that. This guy is not humble and I don't like it. To my fight, yeah, I won first round. I was striking hard. I felt, I think I dropped Dennis. In the second round, he hit my eye, so I couldn't see. Right now, I see more people than I should because on my right eye, I see 2 times. But Dennis' career is good. He's a good fighter. And yeah, he won because he was better fighter tonight. But I think I turned him to wrestler. So
yeah,
I thought that we will...
To be fair, you're a grappling shite. That's why I wrestled him.
Yeah, okay. But I enjoyed it fight. We promoted, so I think we promote this tournament with Dennis. I enjoyed it. I lost. I lost more in my life. So it is what it is. I will come back. Before this fight, I lost love of my life. So that's it. We winning, we losing, and I will come back better next time. So that's it.
Question for Dennis Frimpong. Dennis, you refused the touch gloves of Peter Gabal in the beginning, and also you said that his wrestling is not the best, but also I think that his overhand is a great weapon he has also too, which connected a few times. Can you give us your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the referee brings us to the middle at the start of the fight and says, touch gloves now if you want. I touched his hands. After that, the referee says, fight, we're fighting. So I told him before the fight started, I said, I'm not touching your hands. We've already touched hands. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, yeah, he has a good overhand. Like, I think in the first round, anyone outside of a nightclub at 3 in the morning can throw a good overhand, right? I did get caught with it. It was a nice shot. I'll give him his props. He did surprise me in some areas. Positively, he surprised me negatively as well. I did think his grappling was a little bit better, but his striking was better than I thought as well. So yeah, we had a good fight. I believe it was maybe besides Alina was fight of the night. So yeah, that's the main thing, is that the fans enjoy the show. I'd just like to say another thing as well. I appreciate the promotion that the Octagon give me. Obviously, I do a lot of the work as well. We're a team, as far as I'm concerned. We work together, and I'm not going to be disrespectful to a promotion like that would push me and give me an opportunity to build my brand, like some people would.
Question for the promoters, also in relation to Dennis Frimpong. He is great in marketing his fights. He called out Aksu, and they had some back and forth via Instagram stories, I think. I know we don't make fights here at the press conference, but is that a fight you are interested in?
You know, but you still ask. Yeah, you should do. We will see. Like, I'm totally not against. It's in 2.5 months or something like this, 9 weeks. I don't know if Dennis is in good shape or right now, you know, it's always after the fight you feel great, but then in the morning you start feel some pains from the fight. So we will see. Yeah, 3 days. Okay, okay. And Gökhan is definitely in the mix for Munich. So maybe this is gonna be the fight.
Another question. It was already announced that you will come back to the PSD Dome in Düsseldorf. Can we German fans also expect some new cities which you will visit next year?
Yes, we can, because next year is going to be the 10th, so it's going to be a big anniversary for us. We want to make it really big, huge and massive. And so we will go to the new cities, maybe new countries. And definitely we want to do a big statement through the whole year and do some special things. We also did a movie, like normal movie for theaters, not document, but real movie in Czech Republic. So it's going to be also huge for us, and everything else. So we believe that even Freddy will join us on premiere, because, yeah, it's just the emotions, and we are reasonable people.
And last question for the promoters. Also with new cities, maybe new fighters will be interesting. 2 fighters from Cologne, or maybe one, is Firas Dawud. Also there's Ali Gündüz, maybe for the card in Cologne. Also Ahmad Omarov made a statement with wanting Lukas Elias after his fight with Emrecan Al. Are you interested, or did you heard of them? And how do you rate in general the German market of fighters right now?
How do we rate what?
The market of German fighters right now, which are not at Octagon.
Yeah, I think we are happy, because since we came to the market, there are still new gyms, and the old ones are better. MMA Spirit just opened another floor, I believe. So, and fighters are coming, new talents are coming, and also trainers are better. So, in hand to hand, we are working together on the market. And I believe also they got some new medals from different kind of champions as amateur fighters. So it's perfect, and we are watching it closely. Obviously, not everyone can immediately fight like Alina, you know, from the first fight between these kind of level fighters. But we want to help to grow the market in Germany. And to other organization to give the chance to the fighters, and then they can come to Octagon. And about the names you was talk about, I heard about them because every time we go to some city, my Instagram and all my socials are full of fighters which are selling the whole arenas, and they are the best of the best and everything. And I'm enjoying that, but sometimes it's a lot. But definitely there's still some place for 2 or I believe 3 fights, because there's gonna be 12 for sure. So I have to check my list, but it's possible.
And then a question for Attila and Dennis Frimpong. Dennis, you also mentioned Attila Koopmans, but I think you like each other, if you're honest. But if you would have to declare who won the fight of the walkout, like Attila Koopmans walk out with the sombrero. I really like that you with the ping pong.
Nah, you know what? His made me laugh. He walked out with like 8 sombreros on his head. So I don't know. We'll have to do rock paper scissors for that, maybe.
Attila. Wer fandest du hatte den besseren Walkout, du oder Dennis Frimpong? Du mit deinem Sombrero, Dennis Frimpong mit seinem Ping-Pong.
Who do you think had the better walkout
Ich habe leider
of you
seinen
two?
Walkout verpasst. Ich war beim Aufwärmen. Hab
Well,
mich von
I
meinem Coach
missed my
verprügeln
walkout,
lassen.
sadly,
Aber muss ich mir noch mal
because my coach beat me up, but I'll have to take a look.
Nabil von Nabil's Fight Fact. Frage an Alina. Du hast gesagt, dass du dich auf diesen Spinning
A question for Alina.
War das genau dein Gameplan?
You said you were getting ready for that spinning elbow. Was that part of your game plan? Did you expect to hit that spinning elbow? Yeah, we were drilling this during my entire camp, and I don't like drills. But it worked out in the end, as you could see. Great. Okay, I have a question for Dennis Frimpong. Dennis, we saw quite a bit of trash talk before the fight, so how personally do you take this? We saw that you pushed away Gabal at the face-offs, so how do you see this?
Yeah, I try nowadays to steer away from mentioning people's family members and stuff. Obviously, he did mention my mum, who I love very much. I think everyone loves their mum. You know, after the fight, he was quite humble about it, and he said, like, it's obviously a culture difference, you know. I think a lot of the Czech fans dislike some of the stuff I say, where in Ireland and the UK it's normal culturally, but also in Czech maybe some of their jokes might be taken the wrong way in the UK and Ireland. So I think that is just a culture difference as far as that. But look, at the end of the day, like, he got to punch me in the face, didn't he? He got to punch me in the head, and you know, we hurt each other. So, and then afterwards, we're over there in the corner off camera, and we had a photo, we had a little chat. So there's no hard feelings as far as I'm concerned. He's lost the fight, I've won the fight, and we both had a good fight. So.
Thank you very much. Nächste Frage an Daniel Weichel. Deine beiden Jungs haben auch gekämpft, haben gewonnen.
The next question is for Daniel Weichel. You also had, you also trained some people, you had trainees who fought on the card before you, so how do you think about this? Well, it had a positive impact on me. Of course, I was stressed, I was really tense. And the tension was actually growing throughout the night. Whenever someone from my team fights, it's as if I'm fighting on that card too. But in general, I had such a huge amount of energy, and I was getting that energy from them, from my teammates. We were supporting each other, we were living through this journey together. And it's really amazing that we get to have this meeting of older generations and younger generations and just sharing that energy between us and also sharing experience. It was a great thing, and the preparation with them was great. I really enjoyed it.
Benny Fighters hat eine Frage an die Promoter. Könnt ihr uns verraten, wie die Rankings bei OKTAGON
Question for the promoters. How are rankings made in Octagon?
We got a few people, which I'm one of them, and we got different kind of rankings what we are looking for, and then we are also looking on our history of the fighter in Octagon. So, and then bunch of people are discussing. Sometimes it's in favor for somebody. Sometimes some fighters don't like it. And that's what ranking's about, you know, you don't agree always with your position, especially Keita was really unhappy that he's not pound for pound king. And yeah, but everything is for fun and for fans, so I think it's quite okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kiro from Cage Ropes, question for Clara. So you had a 3 years layoff, like 3 years break, now you came. Everybody saw you came to fight with a dangerous opponent. Got caught by a spinning elbow. So how you feel, and you're going to be back again for a fight, or you're going to take some time off again?
C'est jamais facile de parler, je pense, après une défaite et un KO. Mais je vais essayer de la faire de la bonne manière. Déjà, je Je félicite Alina parce qu'elle a fait une belle performance. La seule chose que je peux vous dire, c'est que bien sûr que je reviendrai. Parce que si je suis revenue après 3 ans, c'est pas un chaos comme ça qui va m'arrêter dans ma carrière et je compte retravailler et revenir pour faire encore une belle performance. Voilà. Merci à l'Octagone de m'avoir donné cette chance pour mon retour et on va se remettre au travail et let's go.
It's never easy to talk after KO, and I come back after 3 years, and it's not KO like that will stop me. Of course, I want to come back. Also, I want to congratulations to my opponent, and back to work, and I will come back like in better way.
Thank you. Frage an Attila Kokmas. Sehr interessantes Ding mit den Sprachen, auf jeden Fall. Ein paar Mal hattest du ja schon eingenockt, auch Richtung Boden, zweimal auch in den letzten 10 Sekunden erst 2
Question
Runden.
for Attila Korkmaz. We saw a few knockdowns in the cage. That was quite playful.
Wolltest du einfach was Neues ausprobieren?
Did you mean to go for that finish? Were you trying to go for something new? Because that looked very playful.
Da hat man so das Gefühl gehabt, aber wolltest du den Finish
We
tun,
felt
oder kam
like you were going for that finish, but you couldn't quite push through. So what happened?
Also, ich habe gefeuert, was ich konnte, und mir ist einfach
I did whatever I could.
wie sagt man, Zeit war einfach zu Ende.
How should I say this?
Ich habe ihn sogar, glaube ich, aus Versehen nach dem Gong.
Every time I ran out of time, saved by the bell, literally. I think I even hit him after the gong went off one time by accident. And I'm known for that. He's a tough guy. Knocking somebody out, that doesn't just come easy.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And
his name
they
is
call me
definitely
the Immortal.
It makes sense. Und yeah, I threw the kitchen sink at him,
Or
and
his,
he was still standing.
he calls
so,
himself the Immortal, and that makes sense.
Usually
Sorry
a
about that.
knockdown or a knockout is always up to the opponent. Like I can provoke the opponent to maybe make a mistake to catch him, but in the end of the day, there are like many factors in it, and it's very hard to just say like, okay, I'll just knock him out. You know, it depends on his defense and if he makes any mistakes. But he had a good composure, and I tried to catch him with some stuff. But in the end of the day, you need to smell some blood to attack like a shark. You know what I mean? So this is what I try to create. I try to create situations, I try to create scenarios where I can like seal the deal. And sometimes it's at the wrong timing, it's the end of the round, you know. But yeah, the killer instinct is always there, but it's calculated.
Noch eine Frage an dich. Du hast ja schon im Käfig gesagt, du möchtest gern den Gewinner zwischen Buchinger und Smallen.
Another question. You've said that you would like to face off against the Buchinger versus Smallen winner.
Noch Plan B als Gegner?
Is there a plan B for your opponent?
Also, dass ich runter ins Federgewicht gehe, bezweifle ich, weil ich einfach tief im Herzen ein
If I consider going down to the featherweight, actually no, I'm not even considering that.
Leute über mir im Ranking, es gibt Max Koga,
I'm a little too lazy for that. But there are other people on the ladder, like Max Koga, but he's injured, of course. Maybe Legierski. I could be heading towards him, so we'll see about the rankings and the way they go. So we'll see. I'm ready for any challenge. Another question. You're quite creative in the cage. When will we see you again and where?
Also ich bin hungrig. Ich würde gerne entweder Ende
I'm
des
hungry.
Jahres oder im Frühjahr kämpfen.
And I want to fight at the end of the year or the spring at the latest, maybe in Germany again. Bring me back to Germany. But of course, if you want me in the Czech Republic or Slovakia, I'll show up. I have fans there too. I want to show them the show too. So maybe the end of the year or the beginning of the next one, but I'll stay fit and I'll stay ready.
Frage an Daniel Weichel. Gratuliere zu deinem Sieg. Auch
Daniel
endlich mal in
Weichel,
Frankfurt gekämpft.
congratulations.
Und jetzt, wo Octagon MMA natürlich so groß geworden ist in Deutschland und danke an die Promoter.
Octagon MMA is growing in Germany by a rocket speed, so thank you for bringing MMA over to Germany, Octagon. Can you tell us about you and your team and how you prepped? You used to be in people's corners as a coach, so that's a different role. So how is it today being in the cage yourself? As I've said, it's indescribable. It was such a great experience for me. And the shows that Octagon puts on, the show that they put on tonight, that's incredible. And being here in Frankfurt, Festhalle, I've been at every event. In somebody's corner, I've been here. I've been with the journey, and today I could breathe in the energy, and it was so fun. They say that an age is just a number. You're 40.
Du hast ja 2, 3 Knockdowns gelandet. Ich weiß nicht, ob es jetzt gestolpert war, Wirkung
We
war.
saw 2 to 3 knockdowns in the cage today, and we don't know the effect that they had. In the second and third round, your opponent kept a distance, and you had to kind of chase after Abu. So was that frustrating? Well, it was a good show for sure, even with your pause and with the break. But did you find Abu running away frustrating? Yeah, he changed tactics midway. He was more passive. He avoided my shots. He also kept switching guard up on me. Suddenly he was a southpaw, so it was harder to keep pushing and increase myself pressuring him, but I did try.
Also, willkommen zurück, sag ich mal.
Vielen Dank.
Und
Welcome back. And MMA needs you.
Last question for Dennis. So your week still has 8 days, I think, like you told me. Trash talk is like your thing, and you spice up the fights. You're a slow starter, but I will not say slow. You're just downloading informations. You lost the first round against Topalai, same thing. But we know as the fight goes on, your conditioning going up. Peter was really explosive the first round, but after the second, he started to slow down. Maybe the body kicks, I don't know. What's your corner tell you after the first round?
Just said, just keep the pressure on. You're down 1 round. You've got to win at least 2 now. And I just said, yeah, I'll finish him in that 2. I don't need to win them. But yeah, like I say, I wouldn't say I'm a slow starter. I think I'm just a patient starter. I do download information. I like to get my reads and then start letting stuff go a little bit. Pretty sure I broke one of my toes in the first round kicking his elbow. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, I don't mind losing the first round if I finish the fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that's what matters.
So you said Kökanaksu, I know you had this back and forth, and also Shamrock when he was still in Octagon. So do you want this fight? And maybe we don't make fights here, no, but Munich again?
I'd like to fight him in Germany. As for whether it's in Munich, like I said, like Ondrej said, you know, we'll see if there's space on the card. You know, if my foot's better by then. But yeah, I do believe that that is the next fight to make. I would like it to be in Germany, and I'd like to keep the ball rolling. You know, I don't like sitting on the sidelines. I like to be active. But yeah, you know, I'll wait for my foot to heal up a little bit, get a bit of food into me, get some weight back on me, and then we can talk.
That's for me. Thank you.
Frage an Alina. Du bist bekannt als Iron.
Question for Alina.
Aber vielleicht nach dem Kampf muss
They call you Iron Fist. But is this going to change to Iron Elbow? Well, yeah. In the first fight, it was my Iron Knee. Then it was the Iron Fist, and now it's the Iron Elbow.
You came in today a difficult position. You're taking on a legend on his home turf. Talking about your experience fighting here, coming in with all the boos and taking on a legend.
You know, Daniel is a very good fighter. He's a legend here. So the fight for me, you know, before the fight, it's not really an excuse, but I had a really bad injury in my rib, And I know against a guy like him, I have to be tactical, you know, because he's very good grappler. And so that's why I try to be a striker distance, but I'm also a grappler, so I couldn't do my game, you know. But he is a very good fighter, and it's like I said, it's an honor to fight him, and yeah, that's it.
My final question, Dennis, you're representing the Adler of Germany on the chain. How much has Germany meant to you in your kind of career revitalization, your kind of comeback after a while out?
Yeah, obviously it was fun fighting in the UK and stuff when we were there. Germany has become a bit of a second home for me now in terms of fighting. I really enjoy Germany as a city. I enjoy visiting different cities, so I'm glad to hear that the bosses are doing a few new cities. Hopefully Berlin, cough cough. But yeah, I do enjoy the country, I enjoy the people, I enjoy the food, and I enjoy the fans. So you know, they're selling out all these arenas. It's very rarely that there's any seats left. You know, some of my fans are trying to get last minute seats and they couldn't get them. They had to like buy them off someone else, or like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's always good that way, and yeah, I love it.
That's it. So thank you guys. Congratulations to all the fighters, and see you in Bratislava, then in Cologne.
Which two warriors will enter the gates of the Tipsport Gamechanger €1 million finals? The following two battles will decide. Kerim Engezek versus Dominik Humberger. The legend of German MMA and the king of the middleweight division against OKTAGON's new phenom. The proud soldier of the Czech army. Krzysztof Jotko versus Hojad Hajiband. The Polish hurricane aims to sweep away the German warrior with Iranian roots.
That's gonna be it! That's gonna be it!
The essence of martial arts in Europe's most prestigious MMA tournament.
He does it! The first man to TKO KO!
Watch the Tipsport Gamechanger semi-finals. OKTAGON 77, October 4th. Tipos Arena, Bratislava. Tickets are available at oktagonmma.com or watch live on oktagon.tv.